with another video. And I got to tell you, this one is, again, something that tugs at all of our hearts, but it really especially hits home with me being a retired New York City police detective with 20 plus years in law enforcement. And I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you suffer from PTSD or any type of stress or anxiety, this is not going to be the video for you guys to watch. But this is unfortunately something that we have to get out there. I have to cover this case because I feel it's not getting enough press. The media is pushing us to the side and covering other things that are less, in my eyes, less important than this 5-year-old Cannon Hinnant over in Wilson, North Carolina, being murdered by his neighbor. Guys, my name is DutyRon, retired New York City police detective with 20 plus years in law enforcement. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I say please subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, share out this video, share it out to as many people as possible. We need to get the word out about poor baby Cannon Hinnant. He was murdered by a 25-year-old thug that lived next door to him for 8 years. This perpetrator who committed this heinous crime was there before this boy was even born, living next door for 8 years, and committed this heinous crime. Joey Brooklyn, Lynn, all my channel members, Desiree Lucas, my Perry wife, Matty Boy Sully. I saw a lot of people in on the video before we even got going. Thank you so much for being in here. Thank you to my Patreon supporters, my channel members, and everyone who subscribes and leaves positive comments in the comment section. Thank you, Diane Dookie 4000's in the house. Great to see you. Thank you for joining. Princess Michelle is here. Mark Mankind, good to see you. Gayla, thank you for being in here. Hello, G Spot. GC, this is a heartbreaking, horrific case out of Wilson, North Carolina. It happened Sunday, last Sunday, August 9th, at about 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. This little boy was just riding around on his bicycle, doing whatever little 5-year-olds do in a small community. And a neighbor next door came over with a firearm and allegedly shot him in the head, cold-blooded execution-style murder, according to the news accounts that I read. This is a heinous, horrific crime that needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. He proceeded to flee the scene, and this child's father came outside and was holding his 5-year-old son that was mortally wounded and suffered a fatal gunshot wound to the head. This guy got into a car and drove off and was apprehended the next day by the fugitive apprehension team, the U.S. Marshals and local PD, and they brought him back to Wilson, North Carolina. He was only, I think, 30 miles away, but outside of their jurisdiction, and he was picked up and brought into custody, I believe, on Monday, the very next day. I'm going to show you a short clip. This is, again, if you suffer from PTSD, or if you are, if things like this are something that's not really great for you, I would suggest that you do not hang around. Kermit the Frog, good to see you. Kermit Frog, thank you for joining. Hello, Sophia Howard, great to see you. Lonnie Gore, thank you for being in here. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being in here. I'm going to play a quick clip, and we will come back. We'll come right back. Here we go, guys.
Tonight, 5-year-old Cannon Hinnant's mother is distraught, yet hopeful. Hopeful the suspect in the case will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and hopeful she and the rest of her family will find ways to carry on the light and legacy young Cannon left behind. WRAL's Rosalia Federa joins us live from the Wilson County Courthouse, where candles are lit in Cannon's honor. Rosalia?
The community is grieving with this family. People came by and lit candles and left flowers in Cannon's memory. It's hard to grasp and fully understand the pain Cannon's mom is in. And talking with her tonight, you could feel that pain in her voice and see it in her eyes. She tells me she just does not understand.
My baby didn't deserve this. He had the biggest smile, the biggest eyes.
An infectious smile and personality, loved go-karting in his bike. That was 5-year-old Cannon Hinnant. His mom, Bonnie Waddell, says she lost a piece of her heart Sunday.
Lost a big piece of our family. He changed all of our lives. He touched everybody that he knew.
It's a day too hard to recount, not only for her, but for Cannon's 2 sisters and 7-year-old aunt who watched him die.
This man took my girls when he took my baby. They know that he's in a better place.
While 25-year-old Darius Sessoms is in jail facing charges for killing Cannon, family and friends say there's still justice they want to see.
I want death penalty, and I'm going to seek it.
I agree with Cannon's mother that we are going to seek the death penalty.
With a GoFundMe that is close to $500,000, they plan to remember Cannon the best way they know how.
We've discussed a memorial park for Cannon where kids can go and ride their bikes since he loved that so much.
While grief and questions weigh on this mother's heart,
I'd love to know why this happened.
she knows there's a greater plan.
Cannon is going to change this world.
They really are each other's support system. Darius Sessoms is charged with first-degree murder.
They know.
Now, I just had to put the picture of the mom up here. This is a woman who just lost her 5-year-old son less than a week ago. And I'm just amazed at the strength that this woman has to even be able to get up and speak in front of cameras. And God bless her. And my heart breaks for her and her entire family. 5-year-old baby, her baby, was slaughtered by their next door neighbor. Now, I have to bring this up because this is addressing the elephant in the room. And, this may or may not be the case here, but I think it needs to be discussed. I feel that there would be a completely different news coverage of this if the tables were turned. Had Cannon been anything but a white kid killed by a black perpetrator, if it was the opposite, black young baby, white perpetrator, the news would have been all over it, spewing hate and spewing that rhetoric, that narrative that they're force-feeding everybody. But look at the difference. Look at the stark contrast here. This is a white family who lost their child to a violent black criminal, and there is no rioting, there's no looting, there's no civil unrest. And I have to bring it up, and I have to mention it because nobody else is doing it. No news is talking about it. I haven't even, listen, I waited to go live tonight until after 11:30 for 2 reasons. Number one, I was with my wife and she was still awake, and I didn't want to start a YouTube while she was awake. I wanted to spend time with her. Friday night is date night. Lynn, thank you so much for the super chat. Lynn says, thank you, DutyRon. God bless this family. I wanted to wait till she was, she was going up to sleep, and I wanted to watch the 11 o'clock news. So I watched the national 11 o'clock news, and there was not a mention. There was a candlelight vigil tonight in Wilson, North Carolina. There was a candlelight vigil in Wilson, in his hometown. There was no violence. There was no looting. There was no civil unrest. There was no calls to break homes and burn businesses down. But what amazed me is that here in New York, there was zero coverage on it. I don't know if Maddie Sully or Joey Brooklyn or any of the people from New York, there's not a peep of this. I think CNN was guilted into a little bit of coverage, but all of the coverage that I'm about to show you is local. This is WRAL. I don't know where these guys come out of, But this is
that he's in a better place.
This is even
While
coverage.
25-year-old Darius
National
Sessoms is
coverage.
in jail facing charges for
local
killing
coverage.
Cannon, family and friends say there's
Blows my
still
mind.
justice they want to see.
I want death penalty, and I'm going to seek it.
Sunday.
Lost a big piece of our family. He changed all of our lives. He touched everybody that he knew.
It's a day too hard to recount, not only for her, but for Cannon's two sisters and 7-year-old aunt who watched him die.
This man took my girls when he took my baby. They know that he's in a better place.
While 25-year-old Darius Sessoms is in jail facing charges for killing Cannon, family and friends say there's still justice they want to see.
I want death penalty, and I'm going to seek it.
I agree with Cannon's mother.
Now, the death penalty is on the books in North Carolina, but there needs to be certain circumstances involved to have the death penalty. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Let's just watch a little bit of
Cannon's mother that we are going to seek the death penalty.
With a GoFundMe that is close to $500,000, they plan to remember Cannon the best way they know how.
We've discussed a memorial park for Cannon where kids can go and ride their bikes since he loved that so much.
While grief and questions weigh on this mother's heart,
I'd love to know why this happened.
she knows there's a greater plan.
Cannon is going to change this world.
They really are each other's support system. Darius Sessoms is charged with first-degree murder. The family tells me there is one legitimate GoFundMe page, and that is the one we have linked on this story on WR.
I will link the GoFundMe page in the description below. They have over $500,000, but no amount of money could ever help this family obviously recover from this situation. So let me just show you some more of the local coverage, and this is going to be going back to go back to the beginning. So here's a little bit more. This is from ABC. This is ABC News local. Actually, this is California.
At Domino's, we think it's important.
This is ABC News in Los Angeles. All right, so this is from Los Angeles, California, guys. I just got to let the commercial go. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Joey Brooklyn, for being in here. I appreciate it. So once these commercials, 15 seconds, and I'll show you some of the coverage outside of the local. So here we go.
Tonight, a local community coming together to grieve the loss of a little boy who eyewitnesses say was shot and killed at point-blank range while riding his bike. Cannon Hinnant was just days away from starting kindergarten, but instead his loved ones gathered this evening to say goodbye. Michael Lozano speaking with family members. He is live in Wilson with more. Michael?
Hey, Tisha. Well, yeah, this family is heartbroken. They've all left here from the funeral home. They had the funeral service earlier this evening. We saw it in the family's faces. We heard it in their voices. They are devastated by what happened, and especially because their son was just riding his bike on a summer evening.
Cannon was a beautiful kid, and you see a smile on his face. That's what it was. And for this to happen, we shouldn't even be here.
A grandfather and his family coming to grips with the shocking loss of 5-year-old Cannon Hinnant. At this evening's funeral service, more than 100 cars filled several parking lots. The Wilson community standing by the family during an unthinkable time.
It meant the world to me, just like all the other kids that's mine and I helped raise.
Lee Parker was Cannon's stepfather. He tells Eyewitness News he was shaken to his core when he heard that a neighbor allegedly shot Cannon while he was Eyewitness News. He was shaken to his core when he heard that.
All right, so this is the crime scene. This is where this whole horrific event took place. This is an investigator here beyond the tree using a magnet to try to recover any spent casings or any evidence, any further evidence. So this guy with the purple shirt here is from the local police department. So this is the actual location, front of the home where this young boy lost his life. So it's just, to me, it's just a terrible, terrible tragedy. Violence, evil walks amongst us every day. When we go about our business, we get complacent and we kind of let our guard down because we want to live our lives, right? But unfortunately, these kind of people are amongst us, and they're walking around and they're capable of murder. And this is what we had go on: is a poor innocent little baby, 5-year-old boy, is a little baby, innocent, not an ounce of hate in the kid's body, had some vicious, evil, savage murderer come up to him and shoot him in the back of the head. I just can't for the life of me even try to swallow that pill. And that's why I say to you guys, look at how strong this woman is, speaking before the media, proudly, honoring her son by talking and speaking very well. So I have a lot of respect for her. I don't even know if I'd have enough strength to do it myself. So let's let the rest of this play.
That a neighbor allegedly shot Cannon while he was riding his bike outside of his home.
We received the call, man. I was riding down the road. I just blacked out. Couldn't even think for a few seconds. Took a minute to register.
Cannon's death garnering national attention. People all across the world hashtagging his name, also sending prayers and words of encouragement to the family.
People have done for us all around, from Australia, Ohio, Colorado. I mean, it don't stop.
Tonight, 25-year-old Darius Sessoms is in jail on no bond, facing a first-degree murder charge. Cannon's grandfather angered that anyone would do this to a kid just being a kid.
That's evil. I never met this guy in my life, but that is one evil dude. To do that, he's where he should be.
A loving, free-spirited young boy who was set to start kindergarten this week. Now the family is left trying to fill a hole they say will be impossible to replace.
Try to get this. It'll never be behind us. He's always be with us, but we're going to get through it.
Wilson police still do not have a motive at this evening. The family says they are grateful for the support they are seeing nationwide, worldwide, and right here in the community of Wilson.
Well, let me just say this, Millie, we're good friends. Faithful One, thank you for joining. Maddie Sully, great to see you. I have to say this, okay? You can't tell me, and I don't care what anybody says, this is my opinion, and this is also how I feel about this. You can't, whether you're black, white, or anything other, you can't go to a 5-year-old baby and put a gun up to the baby's head and kill him without some deep hatred in the body. And I have to say, this, as much as everyone is trying to just sweep this under the rug and not talk about it, there is a reason why he did this, whether it was hatred for the race, for white people, or hatred towards the family, or maybe something else that we don't even know about. But it takes deep hatred to do something like that to a child, to a baby. No matter how you slice this, this is a heinous, demonic, criminal to the worst degree. And the death penalty, in my eyes, is warranted here. Even though I'm Catholic and it's against my faith, this person needs to be put down. This person needs to be euthanized and removed from this earth. This is a 25-year-old young person, can't even call him a young man, the young 25-year-old young person who is evil beyond reproach. This is someone who needs to be eliminated. And I'd be the first to pull the lever in the electric chair, or however they do in Carolina. I'm assuming by lethal injection, but I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
They are saying that right now it's about just trying to move forward and heal. I'm live in Wilson. Michael Lozano, ABC 11.
All right, so that was local coverage.
When was the last time you really looked out the window?
That was local coverage from California. So great to see you, Lonnie. Thank you for joining. Chris22. Hello, everybody coming on in. Sherilyn Monroe, thank you for coming in. Nat Man, great to see you. Channel members are all here. Amy Co 3167. Listen, I call it as I see it. This is an evil monster, needs to be put down. Needs to be put down. So let's see. What else do we got? Here's another one from, I had to go national to try to find this. So this is what CNN was kind of forced. There's reports that CNN's office was stormed by people demanding that they cover this. So this is a blurb by CNN. I want to show you this. This is CNN's coverage.
Well, developing tonight, investigators in North Carolina trying to figure out why a man shot a 5-year-old boy to death. Family held the funeral for Cannon Hinnant yesterday. Mourners rallied inside and outside the funeral home, and many have reached out in masses online. Cannon's youth pastor says he was always a joy.
His smile is huge. His personality is big. You just could not help to be changed when you met Cannon. Even if a word wasn't said, just seeing that smile, you just could not help to be changed.
5-year-old Darius Sessoms is charged with first-degree murder in the case. Cannon's father says Sessoms is his neighbor and that he shot Cannon while he was outside playing last week. So far, no word yet of a possible motive. Officers say they're in shock after finding out a teenager was shot and killed at a well-known...
That was what CNN used, Joey. That's what I'm saying, is they didn't even use their own footage. They took a clip from somewhere else. It's my understanding that they didn't even use their own footage, CNN. They went and used somebody else's stuff. So I tried to look for it, and I couldn't find anything. So let me show you a couple other things. Here's just a short little 20-second clip.
Boy who was killed. Police say a neighbor. In Wilson, North Carolina, people gathered to remember a 5-year-old boy who was killed. Police say a neighbor shot and killed this little boy, Cannon Hinnant, when he was riding his bike earlier this week. Darius Sessoms is facing charges tonight. Right now, police have not released a motive or more details about what happened.
So there's a photo of this precious young baby. It just breaks my heart, it breaks my heart to see this just beyond, it's disturbing. Texas Lassie, great to see you. Thank you for sending me the clip. I saw it. That was the CNN, right? The CNN coverage. Let me just see if I have. A group of people stormed CNN demanding it be covered. I will try to find the clip. Yes, she sent me the clip. Let me get onto my Facebook and I'll show you guys that. Hold on a second.
In Wilson, North Carolina, people gathered to remember a 5-year-old boy.
Thank you for that, Texas Lassie. I appreciate you. All right, let's get onto the Facebook. Let's get onto the Facebook. I don't want to dox you, so I want to make sure that your name's not on there. Texas Lassie. Let me make sure. Of course, my messenger is not working right now. Okay, here we go. Wow. trying to go onto my Facebook, and the messenger portion of it is not working. Isn't that convenient? I can't get the message that you sent me. Okay, here we go. Just loaded. Why don't I see it here? Wow. Did Facebook take it away from me that quick? Holy shit. Oh wait, you shared it with me directly. You shared it with me directly. So that was direct on my phone. It wasn't even on here. Hold on. Okay. Thank you, Texas Lassie. She now just shared it with me on Messenger. Thank you, honey. What a sweetheart she is. She's like, oh shit. Let me share it with him on his Facebook. But yeah, it was on the Messenger. So your name is on here, so I'm gonna just click on it, and then I'm gonna get off of you. Hold on. Okay, so here it is. Here we go, guys. Thank you, Texas. This is the protest. This is outside of Senator's office.
Children! Me out there, parents. Save the children! Save the children! Save the children! Save the children! Fuck them! Fuck them! Respectful leadership! No riots here. Thank you, officer. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. Be respectful leadership. No riots here. Thank you, officer. We appreciate you guys. Thank you.
They basically walked right through CNN's office in Hollywood. And they were peaceful. And it just said, show these videos. Show. Yeah, they even showed love to the security. And the security kind of like nodded back to them. Oh, Jesus. All right, so I give these people a lot of credit. These are people who went down there and demanded that CNN show crimes, crime coverage, cases that involve children, that they just feel like they just have to politicize everything and talk about Donald Trump every day and not cover the things that are important that are going on around us, like children being murdered. And this case here of, Cannon Hinnant, the suspect is Darius Sessoms, 25 years old. Darius Sessoms, 25 years old, a male black, who shot and killed a 5-year-old in cold blood. And CNN refused to cover it. And most of the major networks refused to cover it. It's just amazing. Just blows my mind, guys. Blows my mind. Look at a little bit more what's going on here. Okay, Here's the press release. I want to show you this, guys, before I end this, and then I'll say hello to everybody. Bear with me here. I'm going to make this the font size bigger so you can see it. Font size bigger. Working. I have to do this. All right. So this is a press release from the Wilson Police Department in regards to the murder of Cannon Hinnant. I hope I'm saying that right. Hinnant. So baby Cannon's, this is the press release. This is the posting date is 8/12, August 12th, 10:04 p.m. Wilson Police Department has been made aware of numerous posts containing false information on social media, including some posts that look like they were released from investigators. So this is why I tell you guys, don't pay attention to what is posted on social media when it comes to cases. Initial press release is shown at the bottom of this page. Each update is shown in order. If you want clear and concise information, go to the local PD, that's why I tell everybody with Suzanne Morphew, don't listen to the internet rumors and the people who like to spew their own things. You know what I mean? Don't let them spew nonsense and you get caught up in it. All right, so initial press release is shown at the bottom of this page. Each update is shown in order of date and time of release. So here we go. Listen, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I feel what they did at CNN there was great. That is people speaking up for themselves and peacefully protesting. That was a peaceful protest. They didn't break anything. They weren't throwing feces on the cops. They weren't acting like savages. And I say that they were exercising their right to protest and protest peacefully, not burning and breaking windows and acting like savages. That is savage behavior. So at the end of it all, they went out there and they said, we demand you to cover the news and not bullshit. Thank you, Kermit Frog. And I see most of you guys agree. Crystal Harmony, great to see you. Dawn Marie, thank you for being in here. Hello, Soul for Music 79. I hope you're feeling great. So here we go. Here we go, folks. The coverage was on most of the local networks in Wilson, North Carolina. It wasn't on a lot of national, but I did find California. There was nothing from New York that I could find. And CNN did not cover it until their Hollywood office was stormed. And then they covered it in a bullshit way. Anyways, typical of the media. The whole media thing sucks. Anyways, update number 5. Let me go to number 1. I'll go to the beginning. So this is the beginning. This is the synopsis. This is coming straight from the Wilson, North Carolina Police Department. On August 9th, 2020 at 5:33 p.m., officers of the Wilson Police Department were dispatched to the 5100 block of Archers Road in reference to a shooting. Officers arrived on the scene and located a 5-year-old suffering from a gunshot wound. Officers and EMS personnel began performing life-saving efforts. The victim was transported to Wilson Medical Center. Tragically, the victim succumbed to the injuries. The Wilson Police Department is actively investigating this case. Wilson Police Department is encouraged anyone with information, and that was the tip line, the Crime Stoppers tip line. And that was the very first posting on Sunday, August 9th. Here's their second posting, update number 1. Wilson officers of the Wilson Police Department have identified Darius N. Sessoms Wilson, 25, as the suspect in this case. Sessoms has an active warrant for first-degree murder and this warrant has been entered as a want with the NCIC, National Crime Information Database, with full extradition. I've dealt with these a lot. Wilson Police Department is using all its resources to locate and apprehend Sessoms at this time. The Wilson Police Department is encouraging anyone with information regarding the case or the location of Darius N. Sessoms to contact the police That's their first update. And then update number 2. This is all in date and time order as it unfolded. Wilson. Sessoms was last seen driving a 2019 Toyota Corolla black in color, displaying North Carolina registration. The vehicle's front bumper is missing. The Wilson Police Department has encouraged anyone with information regarding the case to or the location of this perpetrator to call the police department. That's the second update. Those are all on Sunday. And here's the Monday update 1 day later. Wilson Police Department has identified the victim in this case, Cannon Hinnant, 5 years old. The Wilson Police Department sends its sincere condolences and prayers to the family of Cannon during this tragic time. Sessom's whereabouts is still unknown at this time, and the Wilson Police Department is utilizing all of its resources to locate and apprehend Sessoms. The Wilson Police Department is encouraging anyone with information. Update number 4. Sessoms has been arrested. That's all on the same date. 1 day later on the August 10th. That's Monday. Joey Brooklyn, thank you for the super love. DutyRon Tucker Carlson spoke about it. Sessoms has been arrested in the custody of Wilson Police Department officers, members of the U.S. Marshals, Carolina's Regional Fugitive Task Force. More details of the arrest will be provided in a later press release. Kudos to the Wilson Police Department, Wilson County, North Carolina. Kudos to them for a great job apprehending this scumbag just 1 day later. Okay, I'm not this child. I'm going to let the family obviously lay him to rest and warn him before we start going into details about everything that happened. Sure that there's additional information and maybe the story may change. This is not the time or the place to start speaking about that or getting into how this poor young baby was killed or why he was killed. But all I know is that this is a heinous crime, that this is a perpetrator right here that needs to have the death penalty bestowed upon him, and that he doesn't deserve to live and breathe the same air that this poor little baby, this 5-year-old child, whose life was snuffed out by this sick bastard. Okay. Update number 5. Sessoms has been charged with first-degree murder and received no bond. Sessoms was located inside a residence in Goldsboro, North Carolina. Wilson Police Department, I understand that was about 30 miles away from Wilson, North Carolina. Sessoms was located inside a residence. The Wilson Police Department would like to thank the U.S. Marshals, Carolina's Violent Fugitive Task Force. I worked in the Violent Fugitive Task Force in New York for a little while. Goldsboro Police Department, I guess that was where he was. Wayne County Sheriff's Department for their assistance in apprehending Sessoms. Ralph's Trucking, great to see you. Ralph says, sad, sorry case in your state. Yes, I know you're from North Carolina. Terrible, Ralph, terrible. Wilson Police Department is encouraging anyone with information regarding to the case to contact the police. Okay, press release, update number. Okay, so that was the last update. He's in custody. He's going to be arraigned, and a grand jury will convene for an indictment for first-degree murder. He will get indicted for first-degree murder, and I believe capital punishment order on this one. Let me just show you some of the saved. Hold on, let me get back on and say hello to everybody. Thank you to everyone who is joining. Good to see you, Nat Man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate the super chats from everybody. Thank you for leaving comments and giving the thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all one word, DutyRon. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Let's look at, I got a couple of things I want to show you. So the Hodge twins talked about this too. Hold on. I'm going to play a little bit of these guys, even though they are controversial and very political, but they did play. Let me get their YouTube. Hold on a second. There's. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but they talked about this too, and then I'll play a little bit of Tucker Carlson. Here's the shooting. This is them talking about it.
All right, we usually don't like talking about tragedies like this.
Yeah, especially
we like our videos to be lighthearted, but I think it's important that we do discuss this topic.
Right.
Because we need to paint this picture to the left
and
the right, how the media is pretty much destroying this country. It's destroying race relations.
Yeah.
It's just tearing this whole country apart.
Yeah, like when you look at our TVs, that is not journalism.
Yeah, it's
tribalism.
Yeah,
they painting black versus white, gay versus straight, Christian versus Muslim.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even look at. I mean, I look at the news from CNN. I look at Fox. You need to, when you look at the news,
remain objective.
Remain objective. Don't believe what you hear on Fox, and really don't believe what you hear on CNN.
Yeah.
You need to take this information from both sides, and you need to make your own decisions, your own determinations.
Yeah. This country is the greatest country on this planet.
Yeah.
And as proof, there's millions of immigrants that's non-white just trying to get here,
risking life and limb.
I gotta say, this is two black twins on YouTube. They're very successful. They have over 1 million subscribers, and I gotta say, I listen to them a lot. I watch them, but this is one of their more serious videos that they've done. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Kathy from Texas, thank you for the $10 super chat. Princess Michelle, thank you for the sending love to Cannon. Yes, so they're talking about this now. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'll let you listen to. This is one of the most sensible videos I've heard them speak about. I did watch a little piece of this, and that's why I wanted to play it.
To get here because it's a land opportunity. But the story that we want to discuss today is happened in North Carolina. It involved a 5-year-old white kid.
Yeah, by the name of Cannon Hinnant.
Yeah, he was just riding his bike.
Minding his own business.
Minding his own business. His sisters was out there watching him ride his bike.
Right.
And when a neighbor by the name of Darius Sessoms, who happens to be a black guy, just came over and shot the kid in the head.
Now,
and
to our knowledge, there were neighbors. They were cordial. They even knew each other.
Yeah, Darius Sessoms, the guy that shot the 5-year-old in the head and killed him, he actually sat with the kid's father, and I think they ate food.
Yeah, ate dinner, broke bread together.
Right, so which is really bizarre.
Yeah, but so the main thing we want to say in this video, we're not gonna paint black versus white in this video.
Yeah, I don't know what was the motivation behind this killing. I just know it was pure evil.
Yeah,
and it was a tragedy.
And everybody should walk away from this video knowing evil come in all colors: black, white, brown, and in everywhere in between.
Yeah, but again, the reason why we want to discuss this story is not to exploit death like the left does all the time. If these roles were reversed in this story, if Cannon was a black kid and he was killed at the hands of a white guy,
they would paint this as a white supremacist, and we need more gun control.
Yeah, this would be mainstream news.
Yeah,
but because it's a white kid
and it's a black man who killed a white kid, you ain't gonna hear anything about this.
And this doesn't surprise me because in Chicago, when young black kids, where this happens routinely, you don't hear no mention this mainstream media because it's a black kid dying at the hands of another black person. If it was white involved, there would be front page news. That's why we're talking about.
Okay, that's what I was saying. You know, if it was the reversed way, we would have outrage. Let me say thank you to everyone for the super chats. I greatly appreciate that. So these guys are right on the money here. They hit this right on the head, and they're 1,000% on. I don't want to play their whole video. They are. I subscribe to their channel because I like to sometimes get a laugh out of them. They're usually pretty funny and calling out a lot of the bull crap that goes on. They are Republican supporters. They are Trump supporters. These guys are usually, I usually laugh it up when I listen to them, but they do hit on any valid points in their videos. So I subscribe to this channel. These guys really, really basically say exactly what I just said through this whole video, you know, and we can't sit and point the finger and say, well, it was because this kid was white and the perpetrator was black. But I have to tell you, from my law enforcement sense, I have to say that we'll hear what we may or may not hear, but I think we will hear more about this in the future. Good to see you, Mary. Thanks for joining. Cheryl Lynn Monroe says, why does the media lie so much? If I had the answer to that question, I would be a millionaire. But they do lie quite a bit. They need to put out information to create shock and awe. So that's the media's job. Is to speak. I just want to listen audio.
Destroyed because the media is pitting left versus right, black versus white.
Yeah, they're exploiting Black Death because the media is pitting left versus right, black versus white. Yeah, they're exploiting Black Death for political gain. That's why we're doing this video.
Yeah,
is to tell, especially to you black folks, and especially to you white people on the left that's feeling guilty because you're white.
Yeah.
They're exploiting both of y'all. They're using white guilt and they're using blacks to destroy this country.
And they're exploiting the racist past of this country to exploit you emotionally. Why are they doing that? Politically motivated.
Yeah, the only reason why they talk about a black man down at the hands of a white man is because it gets hits, it gets views, and it grabs votes. For one party, the Democrats.
This was just a white kid riding his bike. He wasn't some guy getting pulled over by a white police officer, punching the cop in the face, taking his taser, or getting into an altercation with a couple guys
holding a shotgun
because you was supposed on somebody else's property when you shouldn't have. When they're trying to make a citizen's arrest, you grab that gun. This was none of that. It was just a white kid.
Yeah,
this should be mainstream news everywhere.
Yeah, but the media is telling black men. And they're exploiting white guilt that black men are being hunted down like they're animals. No, they will leave out very important details, very important facts.
Black Lives Matter started on a lie, and it was proven by Obama's Justice Department. That hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah.
But Mike Brown,
that was all a lie.
That was all a lie.
And that white police officer that was cleared, they ruined that man's life.
Yeah.
And you still see people today, black people and white people, who feeling guilty because they're white, wearing shirts saying, hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah.
Because these people have not did their research.
Yeah,
that officer was cleared. He was justified in shooting that man.
Yeah.
That's why we want to do this video.
Right. I thought it was important, again, guys and girls, I thought it was important, again, to let everybody hear different perspectives. And these guys aren't really far off from it. Thank you so much for that super chat. Sleeping Beauty says, sorry, I gotta go. I can't keep my eyes open. I miss you all. I'll be back when I can. Happy belated birthday to Mr. DutyRon. Thank you for that, Sleeping Beauty, for the super chat. I appreciate that. I'll pass the word along. So, guys, again, let's put some prayer emojis in the chat for baby Cannon Hinnant. I'm going to continue to do videos on this. I don't want it to become political. I don't want it to become, like they say, black versus white. But unfortunately, the reality is a white baby who was killed by a black perpetrator. That's how it goes. The media chooses not to cover that and not to put that all over the place. If this was the reverse, like I said earlier in the video, we'd have media coverage on every news station. You wouldn't be able to get this off your TV, is all I'm saying. Is you wouldn't be able to get this story off your TV if it was a black baby and a white perpetrator. That's a guarantee. I know that some of you might not like to hear that, but that is the truth. And the sooner we understand that, the sooner we realize that this is what the media is trying to do to us. It's trying to, like these conservative twins just said, go over and watch the rest of this video. It's about 7 minutes. I only played about 2 minutes of this video. Go and watch their video. It's got almost 800,000 views right now. It's got 800,000 views. But go over and watch their whole video. This one in particular, Cannon Hinnant shooting. Go and watch that video and listen to it from the beginning to the end. And I guarantee you, you guys will understand that this is the narrative. This is what the media is trying to do, is trying to twist everything and sensationalize. Listen, is a black life matter more than a white life? Does any life matter more than one than the other? I always say this: when we bleed, we bleed the same color, red. No matter what color you are, black, brown, white, blue, different, anything. Doesn't matter what you are. Doesn't matter what your race is, your age, your gender. We all bleed the same color. We breathe the same air. Kathy from Texas, Texas Lassie, thank you so much for that super chat. So, again, we're in this together. Let's stick together. Let's stop the hate. Let's stop the violence. All lives matter. I say it all the time, and I'm not a racist. You guys can take it for what it's worth. We all are in this together. Right? We're only on this planet for a short period of time. So I'm going to send a lot of love and respect to each and every one of you. God bless little baby Cannon Hinnant. God bless his family. They're going to need strength. I'm going to link their GoFundMe down below, and also the Conservative Twins website and YouTube. I'll link that down below. Like I said, I'm a retired police officer. I think it was important that you guys see and hear what they had to say. And thank you, Soul for Music. Love and respect to you. I hope you're recovering well. Princess Michelle, I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Joey Brooklyn, I love having you here. Thank you for your security and support. Dawn Marie, thank you for those hearts. Kermit the Frog, stay safe, says Kermit Frog, says stay safe, everybody. A lot of love and respect from my house to yours. Consider, please, sharing this video, subscribing. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all one word, DutyRon. Join my Discord group. Go over and join my Facebook group. I have a police and crime chat group. I have a YouTube video share group. And for my channel members, you guys are all entitled to my YouTube, Facebook channel members only group. If you are a channel member and you're on Facebook, send me a private DM telling me I want to be in the members only. There's only 30 members in there. I have over 150 channel members. There's only 30 on Facebook. So maybe some of you don't have it, but just message me. But join my Discord for a lot of fun. We do a lot of fun in the Discord. And I'm going to do tomorrow, Sunday night, a private members only YouTube video. Maybe we'll get into a little bit more of what's going on in current day and age on the members only chat. It's going to be no holds barred. You're going to hear raw DutyRon. You'll hear some of my feelings that I don't express necessarily on all of my videos in the members only chat. And we could talk about just about anything, really just about anything in members only chat. That'll be Sunday night, I think around 8 o'clock. I want to schedule it for around 8 o'clock. Guys, love and respect from my house to yours. God bless the world. God bless America. And God bless each and every one of you here in the chat. And prayers and strength to little baby Cannon and his family. Good night, guys. From New York City. Talk to you soon. Thank you.